welcome to this week's episode of the ICC Podcast. I am your host, Sela Kantaini. It's Friday, 21 August 2026. Thank you for joining us. First and foremost, remember that the Independent Complaints Commission, ICC, is a government oversight body established in the Malawi Police Act. Its mandate is to receive and investigate complaints from the public against police officers or the police service. But how is the ICC mandate understood from a human rights perspective? In this episode, our public relations officer, Happy Njalamano, engages a human rights activist for more.
Thanks for having me. My name is Michael Kaiyatsa. I'm the Executive Director of the Center for Human Rights and Rehabilitation.
We have in the country the Independent Complaints Commission, which has the mandate to receive and investigate complaints from the public against the police. As a human rights activist, you must be aware of this commission, are you?
Yes, of course, I've heard about it, and I've also engaged with the commission on a number of issues related to abuses within the police and complaints. So I'm very much aware of what the commission is doing.
So far, what can you say about the works of the ICC?
Yeah, I would say so far so good. It's still a new commission, it's still a new institution, but the work that the commission is doing is quite commendable. I've been privileged to look at some of the reports that have been generated regarding its work, and I've been able to see, for example, that they have been able to document and pursue over 600 cases, which is quite commendable for an institution which is still relatively new. And what is also important is that these not just cases that have been documented, but the Commission has also taken the effort to pursue those cases through the courts. There have been convictions, which is quite commendable.
Apart from maybe just securing convictions, there are also cases where police officers are found to be not on the wrong. They executed their work professionally. Our mandate is not only to find them wrong. There are some instances when you say they have just executed their duties within the confines of the law. What can you say about that?
Yeah, that is very, very important, because as you have rightly put it, the role of the commission is not just to convict police officers, but also to ensure that there is justice. If it's a police officer who has been accused of wrongdoing is investigated, and in your investigation you find that he was not in the wrong, that he followed the law, he needs to be cleared. So that is very important, and it's commendable that the commission is able to do that, because the image out there is that the commission is there to crucify, if I may use that word, the police, which is not accurate.
They say we are witch hunters.
Witch hunters,
yes.
Just
to hunt them down.
Exactly, and that needs to be cleared. People need to understand that the role of the commission is not to witch hunt, but to ensure that there's justice at the end of the day on both sides, the complainant as well as the accused.
Thank you very much. And now, recently, the commission launched its 5-year strategic plan, and a part of it was to ensure that the commission review its legal mandate to depart from the Police Act, because some people would say, you say you are independent, but you are within the Police Act. How independent are you? But now the commission has started the process of reviewing this act. As the executive director of CHRR, how do you look at this development?
Yeah, this is a very commendable development. It's important that the law should be reviewed to see where it can be strengthened, particularly the institution, because we are looking at the institution. It's supposed to be independent in Complaints Commission, and the independence has to be reflected in law. You cannot be an independent organization when you are housed within the same institution that you are supposed to be overseeing. So it's a commendable development, and we hope that the review will be completed within a reasonable period of time. The idea should not just to have an independent legislation or a standalone legislation established in this institution, but to strengthen the institution, making sure that it is able to discharge its responsibilities effectively, that it is able also to serve the public as expected, and also ensure that it has all the resources that it needs at its disposal to work effectively.
Thank you very much. And now, the commission, being a new institution, we only have one office, which is in the central region in Lyon. But then we receive complaints from across the country, from Chitipa to Nsanje. And for us to go there, we need resources, which is one of the challenges that we are facing. What can you say about that?
Yeah, that is one of the worrying aspects of the commission. It's a very important commission, as we have said, but its reach is constrained by financial resources. I've followed the developments in the media around this institution. I've read reports that your budgets are usually not enough, or the amounts of money that were given by the government is not enough to sustain you, but also to ensure that you are able to reach every corner of Malawi, which is quite worrisome. And that's why it's important, first of all, that the government should provide the adequate resources that you need, but also ensure that your capacity is enhanced. Your capacity cannot be enhanced if you do not have adequate financial resources. You need the adequate resources to be able to hire enough investigators, but also even to ensure that your availability is across the country. You need, for example, regional offices. Currently, you are in Lilongwe, which means that people that are outside Lilongwe will have to really struggle to access you, which is quite worrisome, especially when you consider the current economic environment that we are in. That's why it's important that the office should be decentralized. We need to have offices at least in all the three regions so that you can be accessible. But it's also important, I think, to also maybe look at other ways to ensure that you are even more accessible. Maybe in these days of digitalization, you could also consider having your services on digital platforms so that people can just access you without really having to travel to access your services.
Thank you very much. And before we wind up, do you have anything you would wish to say about the commission and its mandate and the work that they are doing?
No, it's important and very commendable that the commission is operational and that it is able to follow up cases that people bring it to its attention. It's also important that the commission has a strong political will to ensure that cases are followed up and brought to their logical conclusions. Your institution has really closed a very big gap that was there in terms of investigations, but also conclusion of cases. We are a human rights organization, and I will tell you that at CHRR we also receive complaints from members of the public, but we do not have the capacity to follow up on all the cases and ensure that people receive justice. So you're coming in particularly to look at complaints related to the police is quite commendable. The police hold a lot of power on behalf of the state, and it's important that they are properly held to account on those powers. So it's really commendable that the institution is still in existence and it's operating, and you are also expanding. Looking at the reports that you have generated is really it's really showing that as an institution you are also expanding, and the fact that you are reviewing the law is also important so that the institution is able to stand on its own 2 feet, is able to be independent as envisaged by the law, but also being able to serve Malawians anywhere they are in the country.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And that's all we had for you in this week's episode of ICC Podcast. As the discussion has highlighted, police accountability is an important part of protecting human rights, strengthening public trust, and upholding the rule of law. Remember, if you have a complaint against the police, call our toll-free number 4314 and lodge your complaint. I am Sela Kantaini. Thank you for listening and goodbye.